you find the right real estate investment for you? There's so much out there. You can invest in fix and flips, you can buy and hold property, you can invest in promissory notes or syndications or a ton of other opportunities, mobile home parks, self-storage, commercial. There's a ton of different strategies that you can utilize. So how do you know what's right for you and what you want in your life? So the first thing, let's go over some of the strategies to show you how to pick the right things for you so you know you're in the right investment and you're going to be happy long term. You want to build your real estate portfolio and your investments to match with your personality and match with your goals. My name is Mathew Owens. I'm a California licensed CPA and a full-time real estate investor that's flipped over 1,000 houses now. I've done all of the different strategies that I'm deploying, that I'm telling you about, and I understand the pros and the cons and the different problems with them. So, after doing fix and flips, buy and holds, syndications, promissory notes, short-term rentals, commercial deals, I've done a ton, and I understand the problems and the stresses and the risks that go into these things, along with the rewards and the massive amount of benefits for being able to do them too. So getting through those things is key. And my goal here is to teach you guys some of the things to think about when you're trying to go through and pick that right investment. So first thing is, what is your goal? What is going to make you happy in the first place, right? So are you trying to be passive and just want to relax, or you want to be an active investor? Are you looking for that? Do you have that time for operations and that time to put into this and that stress of learning through this process? Is that what you're going to bring to the table, or do you want to be passive? And do you have the right to be passive yet? Have you built enough money to be able to be passive? You can always go, there's always going to be some level of activity. Real estate is not 100% passive. Business in itself is not 100% passive unless you build the systems and the teams to manage this stuff for you, which is possible, but it takes a ton of work to get to that point. Okay. So you have to be able to understand, what are your limitations? How much work are you willing to do? Do you have an outside job where you're working 60 hours a week, but have capital on the side and would much rather be passive? Or are you have extra time? Or are you bored at work going, I got to get something different going and I want to do some operational stuff and I want to get involved with fix and flips and get some money going. I want to deal with do some buy and holds or some larger multifamilies and get involved in that more. What strategy do you want to pick to hit your goals and the time and resources that you have at your disposal? So absolutely key. Can you focus on those operational systems? If you want to be passive, but maybe you don't have the money to be passive, then can you focus on bringing in the right team members and those operational systems to be able to build the business so you can be passive? Because there's absolutely ways to make money by being passive with some initial effort and setup work that goes into that. If you have the right teams and the right segregation of duties and understand everything that goes into that side of things. Okay. So are you better at raising capital, or are you better at finding deals? Realizing what goes into each. So raising capital, you have a lot of lead flow, a lot of education, a lot of different parts to it that are work that you have to go out and do. And maybe you can put in salespeople and people in place to do some of that stuff, but raising capital can take work. You have consistent marketing and stuff like that to do, consistent relationship development. So if you don't like talking to people, maybe raising capital is not necessarily the best for you. And maybe real estate in general is not the best for you, unless you're going to be a passive syndication investor and just have capital to put in by making money in different ways at your job and just investing it passively, which is absolutely where the place you want to be, is investing passively as much as you possibly can. And then also looking at the active side to build your education and stuff like that as well. So, or are you better at finding deals? Can you analyze and do marketing for deals on this side and grind and go out and meet with homeowners and understand what a renovation costs and stuff like that? Or are you better proficient at just handling the renovation and adding value to a deal by managing the renovation for someone else's deal and getting a piece of the deal that way through adding property management services, operations management services, or deal structuring, or helping people raise capital and bring to their deals. So there's a million ways of making money, and understanding the activities that go into each one of those strategies is absolutely key for you picking the right investment. So do some homework on the activities associated with each one of the money-making strategies in real estate and each one of the different asset classes that go into that. There's totally different activities that you do on the single family home side than you do on the multifamily side of investing as well. So, okay. So do you like that technical analysis side of things where you're analyzing deals and, talking with those people? Or do you like going out and talking, getting out there to talking to different investors in different ways there? One other real big thing to consider is, can you handle pressure? Because if you can't, and you got to understand your own risk tolerance, if you can't understand pressure, how much pressure you can take, then maybe you should be passive. Because in a passive syndication investment, for example, you can only lose what you put into that deal in the first place. You're not liable for the call it the loan that the operator gets, and all of the other liability associated with the property if there's a lawsuit or something on it. Normally those passive limited partners are shields from that liability and are only able to lose money for what they contributed to that. A lot of active real estate investors and operators, if you want to be an operator and you're okay with that risk, then you are going to put your neck on the line for that loan, where if it goes into default and the bank loses money, that you have that personal guarantee that they can go after your money. So you have to have some stomach to be an operator, and you got to know, are you comfortable with that? Or would you rather just go through and be passive and invest in all these different syndication operations that are run by other people? So you would be giving up control of that opportunity to be passive, not have the risk, and just be able to diversify your investments instead, which is a great strategy to utilize. And I really think it's important to figure out how to be active and create active income, as well as how to be passive and create that passive income and build your net worth as you go through this. Okay. So how much capital reserves you have is absolutely a factor. Do you have technical expertise like accounting skills and marketing skills and property analysis skills and asset management skills, or relationship development skills that can add value to these different parts that are needed for a real estate investment in the first place, so that you can find your fit as far as your personal comfort zone and things like that? Okay. So do you have the right team in place? Very, very key. It's absolutely amazing what you can do. A lot of people say, I don't have experience, I don't have resources. That doesn't matter. You can go develop those. Write down all of the team members you need for real estate, your realtor, your lender, your private money lender, your a CPA, your attorney, your contractors, the property management. Write them all down and find multiple team members in each one of those categories, so you have backups as well, and set them up so that when you do find that deal, you can add value to somebody that needed that value, and you're able to make money with them in that way by being set up and ready with the right resources. So you can build that for free by just getting out there and networking and talking to different people. And you already may have some of those people, but being able to write them down in an organized manner so that you can kind of understand what resources you have helps you a ton in picking out what investments you can add value for and which one might be right for you. Okay. So, and a lot of times it's all a matter of, how do you develop the right cash flow streams to get what you need that can be consistent and reliable, that can cover all of your monthly expenses with cash flow. If you don't have enough capital to do that yourself by investing all of a big chunk of capital to do that, then you have to find other ways of doing it through the operational side of things, through going out and actually, finding ways of adding value and helping people. And you do that through networking, getting out there, marketing consistently, and bringing other people resources that they need, and you can make money with them in every way possible. So every time you're looking for how do you get involved, look at, am I looking for passive investments? Am I looking to be active on that side? And what ways can I add value to people with deals, with capital? Or what ways can I add value with operations or deal flow or raising capital for them? So there's a lot of ways of making money here. So I hope this helped you guys. If you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will be coming out with consistent content for you to teach you how to make more money in real estate. Thanks so much, guys.